Hello guys, and welcome to a fix-it video. So today we're going to have a look at this Mira Shower. Issue is with this one is that after a few minutes of switching on, it actually stops flowing and will intermittently start and stop. This happens across a lot of models of the Mira, and it's a problem with the inner solenoid failing. So I'm just going to demonstrate for you what the problem is. So I'm just going to turn it on. You see the water start to come out, and it'll continue working like this for a few minutes and then it will stop. Give it a few more minutes, it should stop. I think it's not going to do it now, but it does stop and start, which is quite annoying when you're having a shower. You've got all your soap suds all over you, halfway through your shower, and it stops. It's really annoying. Let's try turning the temperature down a bit. See if that causes anything or affects anything. It seems to be running fine now. Let me just try switching it off and back on again. Give it a few seconds. And we'll try again. There you go, and you can see the shower is still on, and it's stopped, and it will stop and start, as you will probably see now. There you go, just kind of flicked on and off quickly, and the shower's still on, so it's not a problem with the power supply. There you go, kicks back in again, just randomly, it has a mind of its own. So we're going to fix that today, and hopefully it will stay fixed. So I want to pop the cover off and take it off the wall and take it to the table to repair. But I have to advise you, this is mains electricity. If you don't know what you're doing, please let a professional repair your shower. You have to understand what you're dealing with, because it's water and electricity. Two very dangerous things, if mixed together in combination, can be quite lethal. So my advice is, do not do this yourself. Get a professional in to repair your shower, or if you have the background and the knowledge, then attempt it at your own risk. So next time you see me, I'll have had this shower off, or maybe I'll show you with the cover off, and show you why it has to come off, because the actual part is inaccessible within the back case. So it's very easy to take off. Just two screws at the top. I've taken the top and bottom out, or one of the top and bottoms, and one at the bottom. So on the underside here, as you'll see, there's one just there. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and take it off. Word of warning, it is very heavy, the glass panel. The last thing you want to do is break it, so just be careful it doesn't fall off. take this out, pop this in my pocket, and I've isolated the mains. It's all isolated, and the cover will just pop off like this. I'm going to need to put the camera down for a moment because it is quite heavy. So cover's off now, and this is the culprit here, down here. So inside here is a solenoid valve. So you can buy the whole inlet valve as well as the solenoid. It comes as one piece. You can buy it for about £45. I've seen on eBay maybe £35. You can get it off one supplier. This is the heater tank. This is the incoming power supply. So we're going to have to remove it from here, this side, and take away the whole unit, because we do have to dismantle it just to get to the solenoid valve. So I'm going to take that off, usually held in by one, two. So there's one screw up there, just here, I don't know if you can see that, one screw there, and one screw here, and one up here. I'm just going to remove those three screws, remove the connection from here, and take it to the table. So guys, I've got it on the table. So again, remember to isolate the water and the mains, and only do this if you know what you're doing or you're qualified. I highly recommend that you get someone in that's qualified to do this. I've got a background in electrical installations, and hence why I'm doing it myself rather than getting someone in to do it. So we're going to be concentrating on this part, but as I said before, the whole thing has to come out, because you can't see, this part is inaccessible. You can't, because of the case, you can't get in there, so it does have to be removed. And to remove it, we need to use a Torx bit, and I think it's a let's see, not the right one, nope. It's a T15, I think. Let's try that. Yep. Or maybe it's a T20. Nope, T15 it is. So I'm going to start by removing the two screws here. That will release this part from the valve body. And then we've got some more in here, which you'll see as I go around doing them. So we're going to start with removing these two. Put that there. So what I'll do, put them back in here so I know. And some of the screws are the same, but some are different. And from what I can see, this one has to come out. See the post for it. So this one down here, just by the belt. And I think these two, there's two up here by the heater tank. That comes out as well. I just need enough to just lift it out gently. And there's one down here, I don't know if you can see that. There's one down here just by where the shower hose connects. There's one, just one here, and there's just a plastic lug there. And the ones that I've taken off so far are all the same size in length. And I think, yep, that's enough to pull out the unit, and that's as far as we need to go. So that's basically how many screws? 6 screws to completely get this out of its shell. The tricky part is actually removing the solenoid here. I've not done this before, I can see some screws in there, and I'm not sure that we need to remove the screws. But what I am going to do is, let's have a look. What am I going to do? Let's see. I think this comes off by just prying at it. Let's grab a screwdriver. 1 second. Let's see. Let's go flat. Slides down. Let's pop this out, slides down. There we go. So this is the actual inlet valve. It looks like we might get away with not removing anything else. So let's remove the connectors. So we've got a brown one and a grey one here. I don't know if you can see that. So brown wire here, and that one's a grey one, and this is the solenoid. This is the bit that's faulty. I took this apart last week because I thought it was just full of scale, so I descaled the heater tank, which actually it comes off once you've taken all these screws off around here. It actually just pulls out from the inlet valve itself. So that was quite easy. It's just the descaling part was a bit took ages. So let's get these cables off. It's a bit hard to do in this area, isn't it? So I think the valve itself just pulls out. And I think maybe if we just pull it out and then we can we'll probably remove it, disconnect it afterwards. Yep, it's coming. Okay, I'm just gonna wiggle this off. On there tight. Oh, it's on there really tight. 1 second, I'm just going to have a look at. Just quick look at the placement. You've got to be careful when you're doing this. There's micro switches here, so you don't want to damage them. So there's a micro switch here and one here as well, so just be careful you don't damage them. I've got the replacement one here, the solenoid. Let's get this out. So this is the replacement solenoid, bought off Amazon for $8.99. And it looks exactly the same. It might not be the same manufacturer, but it's exactly the same. It looks identical. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this. There's a screw here, this connection block. If I remove that, and this whole thing comes out. It's just stuck with a bit of tape, so I can move this out of the way now. So let's have a look. So this is the culprit here, and let's see if I can get this off without damaging anything. What I am going to do, let's disconnect it. See if I can get this connectors off. On there pretty tight. Just rock them back and forth. And one other thing, when you're taking this off the wall, This heater tank is usually full of water. So while you're in the bathroom, what I would suggest is that you rock it left and right, and then water will come out of here. So if you rock it left and right, it'll take you a few minutes to do, but eventually you'll get the majority of the water out of here, so you don't end up flooding your workspace. And I've just got one more connector to remove. One, they're really tight. This one's coming off now. Okay, there we go. So that's the wiring out of the way. And it's connected to the switch here, so it goes via. So we've got it coming in through here, so it connects up with the top of the heater tank. So it's taking the connection from here, running all the way down. So you've got the brown live and the blue neutral coming down here, and you've got one wire that looks like it's going through the LED and then back out again, and the blue one looks like it goes off to the switch. So the switch is on a neutral, then it comes back out and goes to the LED, and I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of capacitor maybe. Yeah, so I've got that out of the way now, so we can get this out of the way and look at taking this off. If I can get a good grip on here. Let's see. It's very difficult. I don't want to break anything. Oh, it's on there tight. Let's have a look at the new one. Oh, okay, I think I know what's the problem. So, I don't know if you can see in the new one, there's like a ridge inside there. Inside the new one here, there's a ridge. Let me just get it to focus. So there's a ridge inside there, and there's some plastic tabs from the inlet valve. So this inlet valve here, part of the inlet valve, it's those plastic tabs. I don't know if you can see that. So you can see there's like 4 plastic tabs in there. I think they've fallen into that ridge, and so making it difficult to come off. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like it's those stuck in the ridge. Right, it should pull off. Right, it's going to be really tight, but it should pull off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let's get that in focus. I'm going to remove this just to get it out of the way, because I don't want to break it. So that's the outlet connection. So, and these are all the same length screws. If we just get this out of the way, I might have a better grip on the. This just swings out, and then I might have a better grip on this. Let's see. Let's see. Still not coming off. See, I'm worried I might break it. I don't want to break it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use something small just to pry down on those plastic bits inside. Hopefully it'll give me some slack. There you go. That just pulled straight off. So let me show you what was the problem. So you can see here there are some some ridges here on here, and they were in the groove of the solenoid valve, and here are the two side by side. So the old one, as you can see from here, the old one here, it's from a company called Nevensis, and the new one here is from a company called Robert Shaw, but they're identical, and I was told that these fit a lot of Mira showers, and it's a common fault. So as you can see, this is the old one, the contacts are tarnished. This is the new one, so I'm going to put the new one on and put it all back together again. So just goes back as we took it off. This will go on here like so. Let's see. So you can see, look, there's water coming out, so there was a lot more water in there, and push this all the way home. So before we push it all the way home, I think what I'm going to do is let's reconnect it. So it's brown one went up here, so the brown connector, grey connector, and then let's push this all the way home. There we go. So that will be like that. That comes around here. So these wires are routed through here. Stay out the way. Around here. And that light. How did that light go? And that light went like this, no? Oh, sorry, it went up there. So that just goes up there like that, just clicks into place. And you've got some here to actually secure the cables. And that's it. So I'll be putting this back in the case, and the next time you see me, it will be on in the actual valve. Sorry about that. So that's back in. So make sure you don't touch this, otherwise it will be out of whack when you put the cover back on. So this is the valve, and in turn it's got a ribbed belt, and it controls the heating. So this cog here, in relation of which way it turns, it either heats up or cools down the water. So that's how this works. So you've got to make sure that you don't take this off or mess around with it, because when I took the tank off, I kind of messed up a little bit here. I did mark the wheels where they met with a marker, so that I knew where it'd go back when this is when I descaled it, by the way. And then I had to take this wheel off, so and then I lost the position. So I had to sort of work it out by feel. So I turned this. So what I did was I slackened this off and took the belt off, so it wouldn't move all of this, and so only this would move. And I'd use this. So I think I was turning it anti-clockwise for cold and clockwise for hot, and I got, so on the outside cover, in relation to the temperature knob, the temperature position, I got that into the hot position, and then put this into what I felt was hot on position number 3, so power position number 3, temperature position hot, and rotate this all the way to hot, screw this back and put the cover on, and then turn it to cold, and felt whether that felt cold as if where it should have been, and that felt right to me. So that's the only way I could calibrate the tank in relation to the position of the temperature controlled. But I won't be messing around with that again. So, but what I did was I took it all apart. So to take the water tank out is quite easy, actually. So you remove this, and there's 3 screws here. If you can see, there's one here, So one up there, and one just behind. The camera's picking it up. There, one there, and then one there, and then this comes out, and then it pops out from actually pops out from here. So these are secured with O-rings. So there's only O-ring fittings, keeping them together. And then I disconnected all the connections from here, and then I poured in descaler through down here. So down what would be, I suppose, the outlet through the larger hole. So there's two holes here. That's the outlet for the water, and this is the inlet to the boiler, the heater tank. And I filled it up with some descaler and hot water, let it fizz out, and a lot of junk came out. So you have to rinse it a few times afterwards and kind of shake it to loosen all the limescale. I live in a hard water area, unfortunately, and even though I've got an inline scale inhibitor, it's still got scale out, but not as bad, I might add. If I didn't have that scale inhibitor in line, this tank surely would have been out. And the age of this shower is actually 10 years old. So I redid my bathroom about more than 10 years ago now. So this has definitely, lasted a long time. So next time you see me, I'm going to put everything back together, and it'll be connected back up to the shower, and we'll test it. See you soon. Just a quick thing before I go back into the bathroom. When you're putting these screws back into any sort of plastic fittings, in order to stop yourself from grinding out, sort of effectively drilling out the posts, turn it anti-clockwise, and you can feel when the screw will sink. So you can feel a click through the vibration of the screw over, and that's now seated to its original thread position. And that will stop you from sort of effectively cutting out, drilling out the post, and then eventually that post, the screw won't tighten anymore. So turn it anti-clockwise. I don't know if you can hear that. There. I don't know if that came up on camera, but it fell into position, and now you just screw it into its original threads. So just a tip that I wanted to share. And the same again with this one. Counterclockwise, drops in, and then screw it back in. Okay, so I'm going to reassemble all of this, and reassembly is the reversal of removal. Don't go too crazy on this, just snug it down. Don't over tighten any of these screws, and then you'll be all right. So I'm going to stick this all back in its case, and stick it back in there in the shower, and then we'll test it. Right, so we're back again, and I haven't actually tested it yet, so we'll find out together if this is now working. So let's put that down. I'm gonna turn it on here. So it's just pressuring the tank up, and let's see if it's working now. Turn it to hot. Yep, nice and hot. Let's turn it to middle position. Yep, that's warm. Let's turn it to cold position. Yeah, that's cool. I want to say cold, but it's cool. Let's see if that now cuts out. So it's been going on for a few minutes now and it hasn't cut out once. I'll let it run for a few more minutes. And there we have it. It's all fixed now. Not once has it cut out. I hope you've learned how to fix this problem. It's relatively easy, didn't take me too long. And it's a cheap fix as well. I'll put a link in the description of the actual part that I replaced and ordered off Amazon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care and see you soon.